Yeah, we fancy like. Greetings. I am Legacy Moon, and this is True Crime and Mysteries, Scam Edition. On April 24th, 2024, Newcastle County Police in Delaware arrested a 25-year-old woman in connection with an identity theft case. This 25-year-old woman is named Latia Wynn, and she's also known as Atia Wynn. And like I said, Newcastle County, Delaware. Now, she was a bank employee. And let me tell you what she did. Let me tell you what she allegedly did. She is being accused of stealing more than $44,000 from the bank account of a person who actually passed away in a car accident. In February of this year, what happened was the family of the deceased, they were in the process of getting the deceased individual's affairs in orders, closing up accounts and things of that nature. And that's when they found out that this money was missing. It was a significant amount of money, so it was noticeable. Now, when Miss Wynn was arrested, she was charged with multiple felonies and then released on an $18,000 unsecured bail. It doesn't go in to say, how she stole it, how she covered her tracks or thought she covered her tracks or anything. But it's always been my code of ethics. I don't like to take from someone. In other words, steal from others, because I don't want it done to me. I don't want to commit any foul act against someone because I don't want them committing or anybody committing a act like that against me. But I don't know if she thought it was okay since the person was deceased and that nobody would miss it. But, you've got two kinds of people in this world, and one of the kind is people who look out for their family and take care of their family's affairs. It's always been my school of thought. I don't care where you work, a bank, McDonald's, a doctor. What always would come to my mind, no matter what I did for a living, would be, if I do this thing that's wrong, how will that affect me? I like being free. I like eating when I want to eat. I like going to sleep when I want to eat. I like turning lights on and off when I want to. I like all of those things. So I don't want to be somewhere where someone tells me when I can eat, what I can eat, when I can shower, when I can sleep, when the lights go off and on. I don't want that. I've never wanted that for myself in my life. So that's another reason why I stay away from a life of crime. I will keep you updated on anything else that comes out about this case. It is quite new, only a few days old, and there you have it.
A Wilmington woman is accused of using her position as a bank employee to steal tens of thousands of dollars from the account of a customer who died in a car crash. 25-year-old Latia Wynn is charged with 3 felonies. Investigators say she worked at the Wisfis Bank and stole the account information of the victim when his family was in the process of closing the accounts. They say Wynn withdrew more than $44,000 before the family realized what was happening.
Some of you out there have grandmothers, had grandmothers, are grandmothers, all of the grand things. I loved my grandmother dearly. But can you imagine you're sitting at home one day and the police knock on your door and they're looking for your grandmother? What do they want? Why, they say she robbed a bank. On April 25th, 2024, a 74-year-old woman from Cincinnati, Ohio, was charged in the armed robbery of an Ohio credit union. Now, this lady by the name of Ann Myers had no previous run-ins with the law, no speeding tickets, no anything. She is now facing a few counts of aggravated robbery with a firearm and tampering with evidence. She's being held on a $100,000 bond pending an initial court appearance, and the court records don't list any attorney of record for her as of yet. Now, what Miss Myers did was she went on into this bank and she held them up. She had a gun. She didn't use it, but she had it on her. And the bank employees could see it. So, they cooperated and, gave her the money. Well, meanwhile, the police, this is all on surveillance video, by the way, and they were able to track her down shortly after the robbery, and she was at her home. Now, here's the thing. And the reason why she's getting charged with tampering with evidence is because, when she got home, she changed her clothes and threw the clothes that she had on to commit the robbery in the trash. I'm sorry. I just feel sorry for the lady. And not only did she do that, but like I said, she's also charged with the firearm, even though she didn't to me, brandishing is you take it out and you let people know you have it. Well, she didn't exactly let them know she had it, but she did have it. And, kind of like, okay, this is a stick up, whether you use the gun or not, you have it there. So I guess it's implied that if you don't cooperate, you'll be shot or something. I don't know. But, those are the charges. Now, her family, they say that the reason why she did this is because she was or had been scammed online by someone, and she owes different family members up to $70,000 because she's been paying this scammer. Now, I am trying to find out who was scamming her, what the scam was, just all of the things. I'm trying to find it out. So I'm working on that. Also, before she committed this robbery, she did ask multiple family members about how do you go about robbing a bank. And I think she tried to include a couple of them. But, they didn't think anything of it. They didn't think that this 74-year-old person with a clean record was going to go and rob a bank. So I am so very much so interested in this story, but more importantly, I want to know who was scamming her and if, that's going to be taken, if it's true, if it ends up being true that she was being scammed and she was desperate for money, will that lessen her charges? I'm just very curious about the whole thing, so I'll be watching this one as well. If you also remember a couple videos back, I did a story on an 81-year-old man who shot and unalived an Uber driver because he thought that she was a part of a scam that was scamming her. Now, I don't feel sorry for him simply because that was cold-blooded murder. I mean, he shot the woman once in the leg, and then she's on the ground screaming and hollering for help, and he's still shooting. Then he calls police. If he felt like he was being scammed, he should have called the police before he took a life. He should have asked this woman questions before he took her life. He shouldn't have taken her life. But, I know things do happen to elderly, and they're victims, just like children are vulnerable, the elderly are vulnerable, but you have to use reasonable and common sense before you act. And in his case, he needs to spend whatever life he has left in jail. But this woman, I just really want to get into her crime and who was scamming her. Because this is just awful. And, I don't know. I don't know about any of you, and please let me know in the comments. But if your grandmother or your great aunt, anybody is coming to you asking you questions about bank robbery and how to commit one, wouldn't you question them? You know, like, what? Well, why do you want to know that? And also, I mean, I don't know anything about this lady or her family, but they let her rake up a bill of $70,000 between the different members. You know, nobody intervened then. I just think that I know I would. I mean, if my mother came to me when she was alive and told me she needs to pay somebody for something, I'd be like, oh, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, my nephew and his wife almost got caught up in one of those Nigerian check scams. And I was like, oh, this is a scam. Anytime somebody needs you to send them money so that you can collect your prize, your whatever, don't do it, because it is definitely a scam.
A 74-year-old woman is behind bars after admitting that she robbed a bank at gunpoint in Fairfield Township near Cincinnati.
Investigators say she might have done it to get money to send to a scammer she met online. 2 News reporter Leah Seabrooks is live in the studio, digging deeper into how this happened.
Brooke and John, according to a police report, that woman had been sending tens of thousands of dollars to a man she met on the internet, realizing too late that she had been scammed.
I did whatever you're here for.
I'm sorry?
I did whatever you're here for.
Last Friday, the suspect, identified by police as Ann Mayers, walked into the Our Group Credit Union on Creekside Drive and demanded money. Tellers at the branch told police that Mayers never pointed the gun at them, but they saw that she had it. Mayers got nearly $600 and took off. Police warm body camera footage shows the moment Mayers was arrested.
Ma'am, do you have any weapons on you?
Lord, no.
At that residence, police recovered the car that Mayers allegedly drove from the bank. Inside, they found a handgun and $568 in cash. Police say she admitted to robbing the bank and throwing away the clothes she wore afterwards, denying to officers that she had any help in the crime.
My sister knows nothing about it.
Okay.
Mayer's sister told police Ann owes her friends and family nearly $70,000, and that is partially why she robbed the bank. All of that money sent to a man she met online. Dr. Scott Belshaw says research shows scams to steal money from older people are on the rise.
They're more likely to do something about it because, again, it sounds real to them.
He adds that new technology is helping criminals become more believable. He recommends verifying all information received through online interactions, especially when you're being asked to take action.
So people who are of a vulnerable situation are more likely to fall for it, and that's why it's on the rise.
Mayers is charged with aggravated robbery and tampering with evidence. In studio, Aaliyah Seabrooks, 2 News.
Once again, I am Legacy Moon. If you are not a subscriber, let your fingers do the walking to the top of the page and hit that button. Also, tap the notification bell so that you know the next time I post a new video. And in my James Brown voice, please, 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 please hit that thumbs up button, because I want to be counted in the rhythm of ALG.